Alright, so back in Trellis, we're just going to copy this command down here. This will provision the environment. Alright, so when we were provisioning our server, we ran into an error at the task of creating the databases, and it does tell me that it has no attribute for the user jackalope.io, and so I knew that that was pulling it from most likely the WordPress sites.yaml, where it says jackalope.io right here. So after looking around for a little while, it's pretty obvious. I just realized that we missed to fill in that step on Vault as well. So I've added that, and in step 2.3, you're going to do the same thing you did in 2.2, except you're going to update the Vault instead of the WordPress YAML. So just in here, do jackalope.io. And then I'm going to change example to Jackalope. And that should do for now. We'll save that. And we're going to go back to our GitHub, recommit the changes. Just name the site and Vault and the staging. Okay, just sync that to your GitHub, and we're going to go back in Trellis, and we're just going to rerun what we just did. Oh, I misspelled it.
Oh, did you?
Yeah. Jackalope.
Jackalope. Jackalope.
Alright, so we're successfully provisioned. Now we're going to go back to our blueprints, find the deploy script we run, replace example.com with your site name, which is defined on line 11 here, and line 6 here. And here we go. It shouldn't matter. Wait, just wait for a sec. We'll see if mine does, and it does. It's the one thing that looks out of place to me, because I think they added a new like plugin or something. It's called salts. So generate your salts and keys and save them to your vault. So go to the vault. Generate your keys here.
Which one? The NV format?
I did the trellis one. Going to assume we can use that. I'm going to save that. I'm going to go into GitHub. Generated salts. Commit to master. Sync. I'll just run it again. Oh, I think it needs to be. Yeah, we need to provision it again too. Let's go 2 commands up.
Shit. Cool.
Thanks, Bumble. Alright, so after we added the salts, that appeared to fix the deploy. I honestly never did that step before, but let's take a minute and add that into the process. That's something that had updated since I'd done it just a week ago, so it makes sense. One of the first places you should check. Okay, that was actually pretty minor troubleshooting. So the question is, we gotta test to see if it deployed now. We can just copy this IP from right there and open up a new tab, try it out, and it should have WordPress uninstalled. Site title, I'm going to name it Jackalope.io for now. I'll probably change that later. Username, you can come up with your own username. You can come up with your own password. Put in your desired email. Since this is the staging site, I'm going to discourage search engines from indexing it and install WordPress. Just going to save my password, log in. And here we are. Let's make sure that Sage is installed, and it is. Let's make sure that our plugins are installed. Soil is. That's the only one we installed so far. And if we go to our home page, there it is. So that is our number 2 priority. We just did it. So let me just update this post. Okay, so if we need to deploy to a DNS and stage in production, we can follow these instructions down here. But for now, we're going to go back to our blueprint, and our priority 3 is to develop the local site and then deploy to staging. So we're going to start with designing. So we'll call that a wrap for this session, and we'll come back and design the site. Bam!